Today I am going to show you the Christmas apron box card. So the box of the card are these two pieces. We have the apron back and the apron front. The inserts are the mixing bowl, rolling pin, and gingerbread man. So the first thing we're going to do is prep our pieces that go on. This apron piece goes on the inside of the box. And these pieces go on the outside. And as I'm looking at it, I should have printed this one. No, that is the front. Okay, this is the front. I was thinking that was the back, but that is the front. So these pieces lay on there like that. We have the frosting for the gingerbread man, and then his insert. So he's like that. Your rolling pin is two pieces. Your mixing bowl. And then this is a pocket for the apron. And it can either go on the front, or if you wanted it to be up on the apron top, it could go up there. But I think I'm going to put mine on the front. So that's how I'm going to lay my pieces out. I'm going to do some inking. For the majority of the pieces, I'm going to be using this brown. And I'm just going to go around all my edges. This helps soften up the look of your papers. If you like the real crisp lines, then don't use the ink. I think it looks good either way. I just like to have my lines a little softer. And it really is just a matter of preference on these, what you do. Now I did choose to use a cream color for my apron inserts, which I think looks okay as batter. If you were using white or some other color, you may want to put a different color right behind your bowl here so that it looks more like a batter. There is not a piece included that does that, so you would just have to either break apart your bowl and take out that center piece so that you would have a solid piece behind it, or just cut a small piece to put in there. The inks I'm using again are the Versa Magic. It's the chalk ink. This one's called Jumbo Java. It's a brand new ink pad, so that's why I'm using a dauber. As soon as it loses some ink, I would use that directly on my pieces. But right now the ink would be too thick to put on with the ink pad itself. Let's see if that shows up. Yeah, I'm just going to do the edges of him a little bit. And then my rolling pin. Since it's the same color as my main base, I'm gonna rub my pad a little bit more. You can see I'm starting in, I'm using it at an angle, but I'm hitting it in deeper because I want to make sure this stands out as a different color. So that helps it really stand out. For my bowl, I'm going to use Ocean Depth. Just be careful with your handle. When you're inking it, you don't want to bend it, and this top piece too. So I'm going to go sideways instead of doing it back, just so I don't bend that piece. I want the back to be a little bit darker. It's kind of shaded. It's towards the back, so it would be a little bit darker when you were seeing it for real. Okay, so there's that. And then we're just going to put our pieces together. It is easier to put your inserts and all your panels on when you're working with a box card while they're flat. Unless there's a construction reason why you should do all of your box cards this way. You'll come out with a result that you like better. And this is exactly the same, so I'm just going to line that up. There we go. And then fold my tabs. Most of these cards are pretty quick and simple to assemble. My 10-year-old daughter loves making the box cards. I try to keep the pieces big enough that they aren't too hard to handle. On some designs, there's just no getting around smaller pieces. But this one, everything is a good size, so nothing is too hard to put on. Now this is the piece that goes into the front, so I'm going to fold these tabs forward. And then I'm going to take a look at this. So first thing I'm going to do is attach these two pieces together so that I make sure that I know which is the outside and which is the inside of my box card, so that I don't put my apron front on the wrong side. I like my texture to be all the way around on the outside, so I'm putting it together this way. So this is the outside of my card. So I will put these three pieces on. And this polka dot paper is Doodlebug. Oops. And there is a border, so just eye that. I'm using my Darcy fine tip applicator. It puts on a very thin layer of glue. If you do decide to get one of these, just remember to keep moving when you're putting this stuff on. Don't let the pieces sit too long because this is quick dry glue I have in there, and it's putting on such a thin layer. It dries very quickly. And also, if you are going to be several minutes without using your applicator, do put your pin back in the tip. I've had to soak many tips to get the glue out of them because I've let them sit and dry. So that is one good thing to know. You can wash those tips. And because my tab on this here goes to the inside, I'm going to put the card together first and then put the insert in so that it's over the tab. I probably should have designed this with the tab on the apron back, but I didn't. So just make sure to put that insert on after you glue your box shut. And now I'm going to open it because I do like to put my inserts in first. So that's okay. That won't affect anything. So I'm going to bring this piece, line it up to the bottom, and I'm just going to fold this over and glue this down. Okay? Just get that to adhere. There we go. He's in there. Fold him back. Make sure he's level. And then you do the front piece. I'm going to line it up like that and just glue it down. So this right here is the edge of the back one. I'm going to line that up to that. Make sure it's level across the bottom so that my piece is straight. And press that down. Fold it over. Now you see it's cascading. So then when you bring this over, we're just going to glue this, and that will be gluing onto this piece here. So you're going to put glue on these two tabs. Bring your card over. Make sure these are flat with your end piece out. You'll see it's out flat. You'll see them cascading. Fold this down and get that attached to that other side. Now fold it. Now I'm going to put glue back on this tab. And close it up. Fold it both ways, and we've got that on. Now to get this in there, I think I'm going to leave it stood up while I slide this in, because this will go all the way to the bottom. So by standing it up, and then you can just slide it up to meet your holes. Let's do that now. we go. And then press it all down. Put it over, rub the back. Now you have lots of space here on the back for writing. If you choose a dark color, just cut 2 of these pieces and put one on the back so that you have a place that you can write your sentiment. I'm gonna flip this back over and add my pocket. I'm just going to do it at a slight angle, put it right here on the front. And that is my Christmas apron box card. If you'll bear with me for one moment, I forgot to bring my thread with me. And I've had my knee replaced, so I'm not moving too quickly yet. I'm just day 10 from surgery. So I'm going to hop in here and get my red thread. So sorry for the quiet for a few minutes while I hop back here. Okay, thank you for bearing with me. And I will be using some of my trendy twine here. This is the Cherry Limeade Sampler. I'm going to use the solid red, I think. This is going to be my apron tie. In fact, I think I might double it. I'm going to put a bow on each end. May not have left myself enough thread. Let me pull a little bit more through. I would rather have a little bit excess and tie a neater bow than struggle too hard trying to get a teensy tiny bow tied, because I can make it small and just cut off the excess. So let me get this tight, and I'm gonna pull it down. And bring it around to the other side, and also tie it here. You can make it as long or as short as you'd like. I'll show you how I'll fix this up here in just a second. Tight. Now I'm going to make it smaller. Tighten it back up a little. There we go. Make it smaller. I'm going to make this side a little bit smaller. And then I am going to put a dot of glue, and the glue dries clear. So I'm going to put a dot of glue here and work it around a little bit to help keep my bow tied. When that dries, you won't be able to see it. And if you really tugged it, your bow would still come apart, but that will help keep it at least coming apart just from normal opening and closing of the card. So there it is, the Christmas apron box card. Thank you for joining me.